Race number 9 of the afternoon, the Atlantic Horse Fair Pace has Bruce Almighty, PH Best Man, King of Kingston, Maritimer, Wadacor BG, and St. Lodge Dagwood. They're off and pacing for the outside St. Lodge Dagwood, and down inside, that is PH Best Man sprinting out looking for the early lead as they race into the first turn. St. Lodge Dagwood on the outside, PH Best Man at the rail. In behind them and away third, that is Bruce Almighty, followed fourth in the early going by King of Kingston. Then back to Wadacor BG and the early trailer. As they continue on through the backstretch and past the opening quarter is Maritimer. PH Best Man is going to set the early tempo, leads by a length. St. Lodge Dagwood is the pocket sitter. Then Bruce Almighty is a tight up third, followed in four by King of Kingston. Fifth, and now moving up on the outside is Maritimer, and Wadacor BG now trails 28 seconds flat. Was the initial quarter. They swing off the turn and race on through the stretch now as they approach the half. PH Best Man now being challenged to the outside by the first up attacker. That's King of Kingston. As they arrive at the halfway point, PH Best Man, King of Kingston outside second. In the pocket, St. Lodge Dagwood third. Second over is Maritimer racing in four. Back in five is Bruce Almighty. And Wadacor BG is sixth and trailing 58. And 2/5 seconds was the half. They continue to three quarters, and it's still PH Best Man in control, a 1-length lead. Inside, St. Lodge Dagwood second. Backing off on the outside, King of Kingston is third. Three high, Maritimer from four. Back in five, Bruce Almighty and Wadacor BG. They head for the 7/8 in pursuit of PH Best Man. They were past three quarters in 1:27 and 3. It's still PH Best Man with the lead. King of Kingston on the outside. Inside is St. Lodge Dagwood. Maritimer coming three high fourth. Back in five. Bruce Almighty off the turn. And through the stretch they come now for the final time. And it's still PH Best Man in control. St. Lodge Dagwood second. PH Best Man will prevail. Finishing a second is St. Lodge Dagwood, third, King of Kingston. Now in the winner's enclosure, the winner of the 9th race, the Atlantic Horse Fair Pace, number 2 PH Best Man, 7-year-old son of Kemi Best, owned by Dr. Jim Shive, trained by Dr. Trevin Shive, and driven to victory by Kenny Parker Jr. For Kenny, that's his second win on the day. PH Best Man in 1:58. Down trackside, Sonny Dunbar and Lynn Kerwin making the presentation. The winning connections at the Atlantic Horse Fair Pace, winning order to receive a $50 gift certificate from Clarence's Farm Services Limited, compliments of the THHOA.